Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is BNHA 2nd Gen Chapter 3, and this one is titled Diamond Encrusted Hamster Ball. I'll be back, Soshi said in a suspiciously calm voice as he gave Ginny one last look, then turned and strolled casually down the hall to the field beyond. Later, Terminator, Chi commented with a smirk, immediately turning and following as Ginny trotted back to the viewing room to watch Soshi and Renji's match. Renji was a year younger than Ginny, Soshi and Chi, but she had aced the UA entrance exam and was a confident young girl, possessing all the hero qualities of her parents. Her father, Chargebolt, had taught her well, and often told the press that she was his second love, after his wife Kairi, which made all girls swoon, as you can imagine. They had chosen the name Renji because it means second love. Renji could discharge electricity like her father, but could also create storms with it, localizing it to small, intense areas. How's Soshi going to deal with this one? Chi commented slyly to Ginny as he followed her into the room. Make himself a diamond-encrusted hamster ball? Shh! Ginny snapped, glaring back at Chi and making him go quiet very quickly. He'll be fine, he's strong. Chi scrunched his nose with jealousy at her praise of Soshi and followed her to the chairs to sit down. Sit close, he said as they sat down together. I don't want you getting too far away from me, but I can't console you when he loses. You're talking out of your ass, she huffed. You know he can outsmart Renji. Both their attentions turned back to the TV screen as the blonde Renji and the white-haired Soshi walked up onto the dueling platform and took their allocated spots. Come on, So, Ginny whispered, crossing her fingers as she silently wished him all the best. Chi sat back casually and slung an arm across the back of Ginny's chair, exactly as Soshi had done minutes before during his match. The stadium went tensely silent, and then the starting bell rang, signalling the start of the match. Renji raised a hand to the sky as Soshi placed his hand on the ground, plating the platform with a thick layer of flat diamond, about 5 meters in diameter. Diamond, of course! Ginny exclaimed excitedly when she saw what Soshi had done. Diamonds don't conduct electricity. Don't they? She asked curiously. No, she said enthusiastically. He's covering the ground with them so that she won't be able to shock him through the earth. Chi grunted, reluctant to admit that it was a clever move. Both friends watched as Soshi then waited, wanting to see what Renji would do, his intense orange eyes never leaving her for a second. She kept her hand up, the clouds overhead gathering quickly and darkening to a deep grey with a tinge of green. Is she going to bring hail? Ginny queried. I've never seen her bring hail before. Don't know, Chi grunted, starting to worry a little for Soshi, who still hadn't made any more moves. And Kaminari's calling the elements into this duel, the announcer called excitedly. How will Todoroki handle this? Suddenly Soshi threw his arms up over himself, and a diamond-encrusted igloo shot over him, just before a bolt of lightning fell from the sky, a loud crack following as she struck the hard gem shell. Called it, Chi said smugly. Hamster ball. More and more bolts of lightning struck the igloo, and Ginny increased her death grip that she now had on Chi's arm. A small piece of the igloo shattered at that point, and Ginny let out a little cry of concern. Oh, he can't hold it under this pressure, she said fearfully, her widened eyes glued to the TV. He's fine, Chi said, lying to both of them as he watched with worry, unsure if Soshi really was okay in that diamond igloo. Suddenly a loud explosion sounded, and the igloo exploded as a particularly strong shard of lightning pierced the shell and sent it flying in all directions. Soshi, barely conscious now, threw a hard ball of ice across the arena at Renji and hit her in the shoulder, momentarily throwing her off, but as her hand fell to her side, rain gushed down, loud booms of thunder sounding overhead and ringing in Soshi's ears. Renji recoiled from the ice ball and raised her hand again, aiming to send another round of lightning, but Soshi jumped up and ran towards her, barreling into her and tackling her out of bounds, both falling and rolling over each other as the finishing bell sounded. Why did he do that? Ginny gasped disbelievingly. He just threw both of them out of bounds. He could have won. If Kaminari had released more lightning, she would have been badly hurt, she said calmly. Water conducts electricity, and she was just as drenched as Soshi. They both would have been fried. Oh, Ginny said softly. I guess heroes do throw away everything to save others, so he did a very heroic thing just then. Chi scowled and looked away, and then looked back at Ginny. Yeah, but they're both out now, so it looks like I win, he said proudly. But I haven't had my go yet, Ginny said smugly. Just you wait, Chi. I'm going to leave you in the dust. Miss Kirishima, the voice of the attendant called as he poked his head through the door. You're up now. Please prepare for your battle while the platform is cleared of water and debris. Yes, sir, Ginny replied with a smile. The attendant nodded and then left, and Ginny stood up and stretched. Good luck, she said. I don't need luck, Ginny said dismissively as she glanced at the TV. Because the grounds were getting cleaned up, the cameraman had panned around to the audience in the stadium to find heroes to show on screen to fill the dead airtime. And at that exact moment, he just so happened to have found the winged hero Condor. I take it back, Ginny screeched when she saw her idol. I need all the luck in the world. Oh my god, Hiyoko Takami is watching the match. I'm freaking out right now. Someone save me, she squealed, rapidly fanning herself. Ah, notice me, senpai, she moaned, bouncing up and down as Hiyoko waved at the camera and then winked and held up a peace sign. Seismic Kana's there too, she added, seeing the amazing deaf hero as he winked at the camera and then held up the Auslan sign for I love you. Thumb, index finger and pinky finger held up with middle and ring finger fold over to the palm. Oh, heroes are so hot these days, Ginny moaned, completely absorbed in the TV now after seeing her idol. And there's the first look at our Hiyoko and Kana. Stay tuned for the next chapter. We'll see how Ginny goes in her UA Sports Festival duel. See you there.